Afternoon YouTube, it is I, Danielle, better known as Danielle Medium, and in this particular topic of a discussion today, and off the back of a few questions of a video I did yesterday the other day with connections to names, I want to look at questions to the communicator and how your questioning a communicator will ultimately help you get the evidence you're looking for. So many people's going to look at me and think, well, if you just ask any question, Danielle, any question. That is, yeah, a general rule of thumb. But if you want your evidence to be more accurate, or you want it to be more specific, you got to look at the way in which that you're questioning people, or questioning the loved ones. So let's break it down. So say, for example, here's ordinary me. Hiya. Here's you, just a normal, run-of-the-mill Joe watching my channel. Big heart to use. The first question you're going to ask me is, hi Danielle, how are you? Which will then get you a reply back, I'm okay. But if we wanted to be a bit more specific, you would then say, or you would say to me, how was your day? Which is going to get you more information about what kind of day I've had. So for example, I may have had an absolutely naff day, which to be honest, have them from time to time, right? So we've had a bit of a crap day. So basically how you're communicating ultimately dictates how you get the evidence. So let's break this down again into the normal person. So here's me again, here's you. Let's get some smiles on here because you know, we're all want to be happy, chappy people when we're doing our communications. So you would say to me, Danielle, what's your name? I'm then going to put back, Danielle. Now, ultimately, what we're doing here is treating me and you like you and the spirit world. How you communicate with the spirit world is really easy. It's as simple as anything. Now, if you find that your communication skills are not that good down here, or you have suppressed emotions, or you're a little bit scared, or you're a little bit nervous, you know, whatever it may be, that's going to ultimately have something to do with how you communicate to people. I mean, I'm quite a confident woman, but when it comes to matters of the heart, and I can be a bit sort of iffy-jiffy here, so I have to be a little cautious, or I'm a little sort of wary. So you can understand why it is that people would be a little wary, asking sort of personal questions, you know, how did they pass? So say, for example, you were talking to me about my Nana Patsy. My Nana Patsy's in the spirit world. She was like my mum. I lived with her for a long time, you know, these types of things. But for me personally, it's a really sore subject. So for me personally, if someone would say to me, well, how did Nana pass? I would be a little sort of, I wouldn't be off-putted, but if I didn't know you very well, it would sort of worry me. It would be like, well, what do you want to know that for? I mean, I'm quite curious by nature. What do you want to know that for? You didn't know me. I'm just random to you. Do you know what I mean? But if you built this relationship with me, I'm going to have no problem telling you anything that you want to know. And this is the big thing with the relationship of the spirit world. Now, how do we build this relationship? I hear you scream at me through the screen. We take out the you, so here's you, but we take me out. And what we replace me with is your guide. There he is, or she, or whoever it may be. Hi, how do you do? Bob's your uncle, you know. And what we do is we learn to build this sort of questioning backwards and forwards with the guide. Now this will build the relationship with the guide. And it's really, really helpful. People don't realise how important guides really are. Guides are really important for helping with lots of things, like from building communication, to trust, to everything that goes on within the spiritual realms. And full of knowledge, by the way. Got no idea how knowledgeable these people are up there. They are clued up, wired up, you know, everything you need. All your knowledge and everything you need to know is with this dude, right? Whether it be man, woman, animal, child, whatever it may be that you have as a guide. Plus, if you're trusting in what you get from this person, you're building a relationship where it makes you feel good. So then you think, yeah, I've got this right, you know, I mean, this is going well. And then all you do is flip it. You flip it from the guide to the loved one. So when the loved ones come forward, you just question them like you do here as we are here now. Because you've built this relationship, you trust in what you're getting, all's Bob your uncle. But remember, if you're going to be questioning communicators, make sure you're factual with them. So what is your name? Not can I have a name? Can I have a name is general, right? This is going to get you any name, which really you don't want. You want their name, so the communicator's name. So you need to be asking, can I have your name? Right? And if you've got a couple of communicators here as well, what you could have is Bob and Anne. Anne, right? This is Anne. I hope you can all see this, by the way. And this is Bob. And Bob and Anne are family members. Right? So when we ask this communicator who's only got your mind, and when we're first starting out as mediums, because we haven't quite got this relationship in place and we're not quite as, developed as we'd like to be, my mind's like a bit all hour because, it happens. What we could do is you can then have, Bob interfering with the communication. So when you ask the question in your mind, how did you pass? That's it. What we could really be doing is talking to Bob. And Bob, because Bob, right, he passed with a chest problem, right? It's a bit generalised, but it's just for sort of imitation, chest problem. You're going to give this back to the loved one here. They're going to go, no, and you're going to go, and you're going to die, right? You're going to go, well, why is that wrong? Why is that wrong? Because what you haven't done is said to the person who's done it, the female, can you tell me? Because that's who's got your mind, the female. So if you keep the questions to female, even if she hasn't given you a name yet or who she is to this particular loved one, you're keeping your mind with the person who's took your mind, i.e. the female. So even if Bob is here and Bob's trying to jam on in there, he can't, because you're keeping your mind with the female. So, hello female, what is your name? How did you pass? How did the female pass, please? Can you tell me the memories which would be important, female, of the person sitting in front of us? Keep it specific when you're questioning your communicators in the spirit world. But if you do the hard graft and you build the relationship with the guide, and then you just transfer it from the guide to the communicator, you'll find things move really, really easily. And people say to me, I don't know what to say to them. I don't know how to talk to the communicators when they come forward, Danielle. That's because you haven't built the relationship with the spirit world. You haven't given yourself time to work with the guide who will teach you all of these things. If you don't want to do that, do this. 2 options here. There's plenty options. I like to give options for folk, because some people's going to want to do this. Some people's not. Some people's going to want to do this. It's entirely whichever option fits for you, whichever one works for you. You need a couple of options. One option ain't enough here, because every mind's moving differently. Every communicator is different. Every loved one's different. So every medium I come into contact is different. But make sure you're quite specific about how you question them. Being generalised, can I have a name? Could be anybody's name. Then you've got to go fishing around for whose name that is. So say for example, out of now you get Rupert, right? But Rupert's not this lady's name, because this lady here is Anne. So then you've got to go back and ask for more information about who Rupert is, which can then send you sidetracked, because then your mind becomes so observed with who Rupert is that you completely forget about our lovely Anne here. And then what happens is ultimately you end up going off on another tangent and another story builds. So learning to be quite specific about the questions you ask can help you get where you need to be. If not, go with the relationship with the spirit world. Get these guides involved. Get these people. Learn to communicate with them. It's all in the mind, remember. We're just asking telepathically inside of the mind. You don't need to be speaking it. You don't need to be doing any of that, because I see a lot of that going on out there and all. That's showmanship as far as I'm concerned. When people are shouting stuff out in the mouth, you don't need to. It's all done with the mind, because the spirit world works on a thought-based matter. So I hope this helps a few of you out there who's been asking me, with connections to questions and communicators. It's a brief outlet. There's a lot more I could do with this, and I am live tomorrow night on YouTube. If you want to maybe come along and join us, you can question me more on this one, or you can join me this evening over on Facebook, on my Facebook page, which is Danielle a Happy Medium. Maybe give it a like. If you like this video, give it a like. It certainly does help the videos get out there in the industry. If you haven't already subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do. And I look forward to your comments. Let me know how you think. This drawing's certainly coming along. It's a bit of a, you know, it'll be alright. Anyway, have a great day no matter what you're doing, and I'll see you all very, very soon.